Hi YouTube, thank you so much for dropping by and watching another video. I know you guys have been enjoying and asking a lot more about my endometriosis story, so I thought I would do a kind of a part 2 of it, and just gonna talk about 3 things that I probably found the hardest or more challenging, or that stood out a lot more in my endometriosis journey. I just want to say quickly a massive thank you to my new subscribers, and I'm at 100 subscribers. Yes, I am excited. Literally trying to bring out weekly videos because I really want to take this seriously, guys. So just help me get there, and just share a video, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a sister, a mom, a dad, tell them all, guys. Last video, if you haven't watched it, I spoke about how I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis, and also how I conceived 3 months after I came off my last contraception, which was called Zoladex. So you can research. I'm not a doctor, guys, and this is my story, simply my story. You can research on, you know, all of these different contraceptions, and definitely go to your GP. I know a lot of people are scared to go to their GPs. I've spoken to friends when I've gone through my experiences, and I've spoken to friends, and they're just, it's quite common, like a lot of people don't like going to the GP, but honestly, like, just go to the GP, guys, and just get advice, because it's so important. But I'll put a link below on that video, so if you want to watch that, then you can watch that and then come back to this. And also, I watched a video on Patricia. She did a video about hormones and how it affected her and things like that, and I was really inspired by that. So you go over her channel and watch that as well. It kind of made me realize that a lot of the ways that I became, that I can be often, isn't necessarily how I am. It might be that it's just the hormones in my body, and it's definitely something that I battled with quite a lot, guys. Like, I seen a change in me that I was like, whoa, like, are you okay? Like, why are you behaving like that? When you actually understand your body and you actually understand what you're going through, it's easier to just get through the day sometimes. Like, it's easier to like understand yourself, and it's easier to make yourself be understood to other people. I was on so many different contraceptions and hormones, and it definitely had an impact on me, guys, because I was like moody, like straight up. When you have endometriosis, it's for life, basically. It's not something that you can cure. It's just something that you learn to manage. The only way to really like settle it and put it to bed is obviously when you have children. But the tricky part about it is that when you have endometriosis, it can affect your fertility. When you go on contraception, it's easier to be given it, but I don't think that we know so much the impact or implication it can have on our body. And it's not until you start doing your research that you realize that, oh, actually, this is not good for me, you know, this is not good for my future, especially if I intend to have children. And when you realize that, you start to maybe try doing natural things. Because I had the endometriosis and I had the ascites, which I touched on before, where I literally blow up and I look pregnant, like I look pregnant, guys. So I try to look at the kind of foods that I was eating, so things that are anti-inflammatory, things that are gluten-free, just eat less, you know, like less fatty foods, less takeaways, no fizzy drinks, and just really try to eliminate anything that will feed the endometriosis. Look at your diet, is so important. Try to cut out smoking, try to cut out drinking, try to cut out certain foods, and you would actually see an improvement like in your health. Another thing as well that was quite helpful was exercise. So I wasn't like a exercise junkie, but I did try to do what I could when I could do it. So even the minimal, guys, but just try to, like, you know, exercise, and just try to do things, even if it's like walking, if you can't go to the gym, even if it's like walking, or even if you're at home just doing like home workouts. Not only will it help your body, but it will also like help your mental state, because when you've got endometriosis and you've got all of these hormones like in your body, you can feel like really down, and you can feel really like slumpy, and you can feel really like just not yourself, just like not 100, like your energy is not there, like your focus is just not there. I remember even like being at work, guys, and I would literally just be like so uncomfortable. I'll literally be like not being able to like concentrate, especially with the ascites, like when my stomach will like really blow up. I would literally look so uncomfortable. I would be so uncomfortable, guys. And I work in the office, so you're sitting down for long hours, and I would literally be like, even my manager would notice. Sometimes, guys, I just want to say, like, sometimes don't be so harsh on yourself. Like, if you're trying to conceive and you find like, oh, nothing is happening, I know they normally say that I think it's like a year, whereas the year is the limit where they actually classify you as infertile. If you've been trying and it's been months and you're like, oh, nothing is happening, like, don't be so hard on yourself. It's like, it can be one of the hardest things, I'm sure, but don't be so hard on yourself, because your hormones and how your mental state is actually makes a big difference. You know, things like stress, anxiety, and all of those things, it can actually feed negative things like in your system, and you know, can prolong everything. So try and keep a happy mind, try and be positive, just speak affirmations over yourself, and just be positive. Like, in general, it's really hard, but you need support around you to know that you know you are, it's going to come. I mean, one of the things for me as a believer that I held on to was, I knew that it was always in God's plan for me to conceive, and it didn't matter what doctors told me, it didn't matter what my report told me. I always just said to myself, it's in God's plan, so it's going to happen, you know. One of the things that I noticed was that I became like extremely moody, and it actually really started to affect my relationships. I realized that being on contraception for a very long time can really affect your mood, guys. When you know how you are as a person, like for me, when I look back at my childhood, I was a very bubbly person. I used to love having fun. I was like the life of the party. Like, I don't take anything seriously, guys. It would take a lot to annoy me. Like, little things wouldn't really like bother me, but I got to the point, guys, where little things would bother me and my mood would be up and down. One minute I'll be like happy, and the next minute I'll be like sad, and sometimes I wouldn't even know why I'm sad. Like, I wouldn't even know what's wrong with me. Was coming across as quite a difficult person to be in a relationship with. When my mood would dip, like it would really dip, like it would, like you wouldn't really want to be around me, and that is just the honest truth. Even if people really tried to like make me happy and like just try to like lighten the mood, I wouldn't take too well to it. And when I'm ready to come out of it, then I would come out of it. The funny thing is that it would upset me, even though it was me that was going through it, if that makes sense. Because when I would look outside of myself, I'll be like, but I know that's not me. I'm actually a happy person. Like, I'm actually great to be around. Like, I'm actually quite a fun person, and like I don't actually take things seriously. I would be more hurt at the fact that I felt misunderstood. Like, I felt like I'm coming across in a way where I know it's not me, and I don't even know what's wrong with me. When you've been on contraception, when you've got all of these hormones like flipping, doing backflips and all of that stuff inside, you don't even understand yourself sometimes. Sometimes people might ask you what's wrong, and you want to say what's wrong, but you don't even know what's wrong. You know, like when you're around happy people, you're happy, and then when you're around moody people, it just makes your whole day dark and down. And I don't want to have dark and down days. The third thing that I'm going to touch on, which I think is quite difficult, which probably is like one of the most important things, guys, when you've got so many health issues, is telling you, my partner, of my health issues. Really scary thing. Like, if you've been somebody that's always been unwell, that's always been in hospital, that has health issues after health issues, and you meet somebody and you're like, I'm gonna have to tell that person what my health situation is, because if I've got a health condition that can potentially make me infertile, I think it's probably a good idea that person knows before they get in too deep. And it might be one of the most difficult conversations that you can have with somebody, but it's one of the most important conversations. You might not realize, being on the other side, how much support you need to be, and it's a big responsibility. Like, it's a massive responsibility taking that on, because it's like you're taking on the burden of that person. And if you're not married to that person, you might think, well, actually, like, why do I have to go through all of this stuff? Like, I could just be with somebody that is well. It can literally like put you down like so much, because you're literally thinking, like, you can start to think, oh gosh, like, there's so many different things wrong with me. If you're with somebody that loves you enough to be like, do you know what, I will go through this with you no matter what, that's amazing. You know, that's what you want, because it's a really tough times having to go to the hospital or hospitals all the time, you know, thinking, when you conceive, thinking, am I going to go to full term, you know, because of my health. It's so important for that person to understand the emotional roller coaster that will come behind that, because like I said before, it can have such an impact on you. And I realize, guys, that with dealing with all of my health issues and all of taking on all of this medication, it's like toxic in your body. I was literally like, I was like a horrible person sometimes to be around, and sometimes like I didn't even understand why, and it has cost me relationships, because people have not been able to understand or to like understand. My baby girl just woke up. Yes, yeah. If you're not able to understand that person, or if you're not able to be patient, if you're not able to be like, okay, yeah, I know what's going on, like, you're going through it, we'll go through it together, then yeah, you're not gonna last, and you know, it's not gonna be an easy thing to go through. You really do need the support. And my health issues might have an impact on, number one, my fertility. There's so many things to talk about, and these might be difficult conversations to have with somebody, but they're important conversations to have. And when you're confident that you know yourself, and when you're confident that, you know, you're not going to let your health defeat you, you're not going to let your health be like stop you, then it won't bother you. Like, it's not going to be something that you're going to be ashamed about. It's not going to be something that you're going to be like, oh gosh, like, I'm going to be alone forever because of my health, you know. I've been in hospital, I've got this, I've got that, but it doesn't define me. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't define me. It's just things that happen. Things happen in life, you know. Some people are well and perfect and have great health, and some people don't. But if I've got a great mind, I've got great health. It doesn't matter what my body says, it doesn't matter what the doctors say, I shall believe the report of the Lord. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else about it that you want me to touch upon, then do let me know, and I'll see you in my next video.